Okay, listen up, this is how it goes down. You listen to the best geek podcast in town. Gonna spit a few bars to let everybody know that you're tuned into the Geek Yoga Podcast Show. There's Som, the man, the myth, the nerd, with his mate, their wave to take over the world. Can't forget my man Rara, he can't do a cha-cha, but he's got all the girls ready to show off their tatas. And the man called, well, his name is Nock, who's a full-time geek from his head to his socks. These guys are crazy, people say that they're loony, just as insane as casting Batman as Clooney. So here is the show taking all the rest to task. It's now time for the Geek Yoga Podcast. Bitch.
Stop this parody.
He's got a bowel puncture, and anyways,
Bowels. It's like a mixture of a bear and an owl.
exactly.
So you mean an owl bear from D&D?
Oh, there you go. I want to see the owl bear from D&D fight the pterodactyl from
Oh my god.
motherfucking pterodactyl.
Don't we all?
The fucking pterodactyl. Motherfucking pterodactyl.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that'd be awesome.
Fucking oatmeal. I said oatmeal? Are you crazy? Look, if people aren't used to me quoting My Little Pony by now, then, you know, go fuck yourself.
Get the fuck
And
out.
then have they ever met you or heard
Exactly.
you talk ever?
Well, hi everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Geek Yogurt Podcast. I'm Som. Rara.
Wave.
And Agent Amy.
And we're here today for nothing really specific. We're just going to do a bunch of wacky, geeky debate questions that I have since compiled. So you guys ready for this?
Yes.
From the mind of Som.
Am I ready to debate?
Yes.
Am I ready to argue?
We bait quite a bit.
I mean, we are masters
Not-
of debating. Am I ready?
He's a master debater, too.
Am I ready to yell loudly back and forth with Rara is the real question.
The real question.
The real question is, am I going to kill either of you by the end of this?
The real question is, has everybody heard about the bird?
Well,
I think that's a
swear
good
to
time
God,
to actually start the discussion and just cut him off entirely.
Some point today, I will stop talking about that song. I'll stop referencing it.
I'll do an easy.
Let's start a warm-up
It's
question.
a warm-up question.
Okay.
What type of undead would you be? And if you could pick any type of an undead, also I'll also include being a wolf man. That could be included.
Okay.
In this. So
you're including lycanthropy in this.
What type of
Okay.
classic movie monster?
yeah.
Huh.
What type of classic movie monster?
For me personally, I'd have to say I'd probably go something like Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Ooh.
I like that one.
That just seems to be the more fun option for me. I
Now,
think there's interesting stuff
Are
to
you
happen
picking
there.
that because you really love the movie?
No, not really. Not necessarily. Actually, my favorite classic monster movie is Bride of Frankenstein. But there's just something about the Creature from the Black Lagoon that just looks like he'd be fun to be. I don't want to be the wolf man. I just don't want to give in to my base instincts like that. I think that's way too dangerous.
I mean, you're already halfway there. Honestly,
exactly.
so
That's why I don't want to tip it over. You know,
it wouldn't really be a leap for you.
wouldn't.
That's all I'm saying.
it wouldn't be a leap.
You're already there.
I'd be hairier, not necessarily smellier. Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
Nice.
But then your sense of smell would be better as well.
that's you know what? Yeah, good thing. No,
Yeah,
done.
but,
Right out.
but here's the question. Do you know that you're turning into a wolf? Or are you going to turn into a toy poodle, and instead of kill people, you're just going to be humping legs all day?
I'm just
all
a cuddle
night?
monster. That's all.
Yeah, and you're just running up to random people, just humping their leg.
I'm like a cuddle monster. That's it.
Jeez.
Hey, you can even beat Cthulhu if you wanted to.
Wow.
Just throwing it out there.
All right, so what type of monster? Huh?
Yeah.
What type of classic movie monster?
Well, I'm already a human, so that's like being a monster.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Wow,
That's like a rah-rah line.
I have an answer if anyone would like
All
to
right, go.
not cut me off. Okay.
Go.
Yeah. She said
You got to be more assertive, Amy.
I have an answer. Is that okay? Is that okay?
What would you be?
guys?
All right, come on, let's go.
I'd go vampire.
Yeah.
I like
any particular
sucking
reason?
souls out of it.
Oh, there we
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like
That's
to
not open to
literally.
interpretation.
I like to literally suck the life out of everyone around me. So I'm a big fan of
That
that.
seems legit.
Also, blood, because who doesn't love blood?
Yeah, that's a valid point.
And then I can fly.
That's true. Eternal life.
Yes.
So
and then the only way someone could kill me
become
is
a rock star if you wanted to.
by literally just stabbing me in the heart, and I don't have to deal with anyone during the day.
Yeah, but what if you're like Nosferatu? What if you're less Lestat and more Nosferatu?
I'd be fine.
Okay.
Nosferatu was way creepier, and
Oh, he
really,
totally was.
being creepier is way more what I'm about.
It's just so much fun.
I'm not going
You
after
can
those.
relish in it and
I'm
then-
not going after those fucking Twilight fucking vampires that sparkle when the light hits them.
No. You gotta be the vampire that murders those types of assholes.
Yes, that's what I'm after.
That's pretty cool.
Yes. So vampire. Also because I've read Dracula in the last 6 months. So
Oh, so you're hyped up on them.
yeah, more so than I don't really. Not to knock any of your guys' choices, because I haven't heard your answers yet. But wouldn't really be Frankenstein. Don't really like being a zombie because I don't want like my arm falling off in the middle of a battle or whatever. So.
If I was to do zombie, I'd probably do like 28 Days.
Oh,
a Day
yeah, that's
zombie.
the only way.
Just
Yeah.
so I
Rage
got-
zombie.
Just so I got some speed going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Oh,
be.
yeah.
I don't want to
and
be
then
a
you're
lumberer.
actually like super threatening.
Boomer!
yeah, right. The boomer,
I mean, like,
which is probably more accurate if I was one. So
I'd be like a
Yes.
crossbreed between a boomer and a spitter because I got that whole acid reflux thing coming. So
Yes.
I'd be like a boomer that can spit acid along with a boomer bow.
well,
Okay.
what's your answer?
Poltergeist.
oh yeah.
I think I would be a poltergeist, like haunt something really good, like
Yeah.
like a museum,
Yeah.
or a really awesome old mansion,
Yeah.
and
That'd be fun.
like because I can still manifest myself if I want to
Yeah.
like personally interact with things, or I could just be freaking people out and like, oh, you're all sitting down to a nice dinner, you think you're safe. Boom! Tablecloth just got pulled out. Everything's still standing. How'd that happen?
So you would be a ghost / magician.
He just likes to entertain people. That's
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So you're an entertaining ghost.
Yes, but the second they start like doing shit that I'm not okay with, then like candlesticks are flying from across the room into somebody's eye socket.
So if
very moody.
so if you don't get like a proper round of applause, that's when shit starts going.
We don't know whether
You're
to be
just a
afraid.
whore for applause.
Well, yeah. Well, then you're like if they start putting out Metallica's version of "Turn the Page," but then again, you deserve what you get at that point. Because that is a god awful cover.
What do you got, Rob?
I think I gotta go with werewolf on this. Yeah. But none of that like pussy killed by anything werewolves. Like straight up silver bullet werewolf shit.
Oh yeah, there
Because
you
I
go.
want a level of invulnerability, like a monster squad blown up by dynamite, but still come back together werewolf.
There you go.
You just want to be
So-
murdered by Gary Busey / that other kid in the wheelchair.
What? Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I do want to be murdered by Gary Busey at one point. That's
if you're
that's why I
listening-
had to pause.
If you're listening, Gary Busey, we can set this up.
Yeah, I mean,
We can
I
make
mean, what
this
could be
happen.
cooler than
Just-
that?
I
That's a
mean,
valid point.
we'll
You know?
we'll have you sign a waiver that says you're not legally,
I mean, hey, he's
liable for
scary
anything.
motherfucking Busey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna spin right off this planet.
Awesome.
His body his soul has already descended from his body. He's just a physical form at
Yeah.
this point.
Well, moving right off of that one, who would be the most racist? The Mummy, Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, or Wolfman? My answer is, I would have to say probably Dracula because he's a
100%.
I would
rich
agree.
rich white aristocrat.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
And who has been alive the longest.
Yeah, I mean the Mummy literally had slaves, but
Yes,
in context
but-
that made sense for his time.
Well, also,
Right,
hang
but
on.
also,
it was not, for the most part, the way Egyptians did their slavery, it was not a specifically race-based slavery.
yeah, it was
Yes,
it was more caste based.
well, no, okay, it is true they did enslave the Jews.
Yeah.
But it was more of, hey, we kind of conquered you people, so now you're our
work-
slaves.
you work for us.
It's not like, man, you got different color skin than me. Go
Yeah.
pick my fucking cotton. You know, it's not like
Well,
that.
I'm pretty sure they didn't grow cotton.
Well,
in
You
well,
know what I mean.
I was going to say,
Uh,
like, the mummy
excuse
is
me, Egyptian
actually
cotton?
a king, though,
Okay, fine.
like a pharaoh, so he was supposed to be the only thing that you can worship.
That you can't. Yeah, right. So,
So,
it made,
Well,
if,
wait,
if you're
there's
this,
cats.
If you think you're the center of the universe, you
Right.
kind of...
well, that's what I
Well,
thought.
no,
Like,
but
in
that
context,
just
it
makes you
sense.
castists. Castists?
Castists. Sure.
Castists. That, like, you know, you can have, you can think that you are the shit and, like, everyone else is beneath you without being a racist. you're just a fucking egomaniac at that point.
Well, I look at it as if you have no equal, then you're against everyone.
Right.
So-
Yeah.
See, I guess when I think racist, I think like there's one or two specifically targeted races, or like you think that people, because like he doesn't think he wouldn't think even other Egyptians are his equal because he's the pharaoh.
Yeah.
He's above even them.
Yeah.
So it's like what is his race that he thinks is better than the others?
And I could see Dracula. He's on his deathbed.
Oh, he's an ass.
And he could suck the blood from this black guy, and it would save him. And he would be like, you know what? I'm gonna let myself die.
Yeah.
That's what wins it for me.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, Dracula seems like that type of asshole.
Yep.
Yeah. And then Wolfman. I mean,
He's just living his furry, wolfy
well,
self.
again,
Yeah.
I think base instincts are just he's not going to give a shit.
He's more animal than human.
He will slaughter anyone, damn it.
That's,
Well,
that's right.
also, if you go by like, what was it, Werewolf in London kind of logic, he didn't. At the end of the movie, he didn't even really recognize, his former lover. So
Right,
how
he's not gonna,
how
how's he
could
going
he
to
really
differentiate?
recognize race?
By the way, I fucking love that song.
And really, Frank is everybody.
Frank
is everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Frank is such
Literally.
a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Literally everybody.
Everybody.
Like, his like left forearm is Asian. His like right half of his face is Native American. Left half is white. His dick is black.
Obviously.
That's why he's so
I mean, somebody did think I was going here.
Yep. I knew exactly where you were going.
And maybe this next question has already been answered in something, but I had not had it answered for me, so I don't know. Can Superman be turned into either a vampire or a zombie?
Okay, by loose definition of zombie, yes, Black Lantern ray.
Right, okay, that makes sense.
And yeah, in theory they both could.
But that's due to like magic, though,
The
isn't
DCU
it?
has made it very apparent that he's affected by magic.
Yeah, he is affected by magic.
But I mean, like, if he was bit by a
what-
zombie, would he turn? And if he was bit by a vampire, would he turn?
So, the answer is technically yes. The big obstacle to overcome is him actually being bitten at breaking the skin.
Right.
If he is on a planet with a red sun, he will turn 100%.
That's right, because his skin would be penetrable.
Or if, like, for some reason they have kryptonite braces or something, like kryptonite dental dam, like
Invisalign, but it's kryptonite.
yeah, it's like glowy green. Dude, that would be kind of awesome.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. I'd be down for that.
Rate it.
So yeah, that's the big problem there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Captain America. He got bit. He was Vampire Wolverine and Dracula. Both tried to bite
Makes
him
sense.
during. Or no, it's just Vampire Wolverine tried to bite him during Long Shot Saves the Universe.
Yeah.
And Wolverine's teeth shattered on the armor, and Cap was just like, I fought vampires during World War II. This is literally the reason I started wearing armor.
It's literally the very exact reason.
By the way, he had been turned into a werewolf at one point. Cap Wolf.
Cap Wolf? Really? That's a thing?
Cap.
That's awesome.
In fact, actually, I'm currently I really wish I had a mummy version of one of the Marvel heroes.
Yeah.
Because I'm actually working
Mummy's alive.
I'm working up a... that'd be awesome. Working up a HeroClix army, so those would be awesome.
That would be cool.
Of Cap Wolf, Vampire Wolverine, and Frankencastle.
No, oh, yeah.
It was a very unfortunate time in Frank Castle's life. I don't really agree with Remender's take on that
but it's
we could debate Frankencastle another day.
Yeah. What do you got there, Ra?
Well, I started thinking, how am I going to argue with Wave about this?
Yeah.
And so I looked up some stuff.
Natural reaction.
Natural.
Yeah.
So
And
let me get you're on the no, he wouldn't be able to turn, yeah?
Well, no, it all hinges on if it's magical or not.
Okay.
Now, kryptonite works because it's science. It's
Right.
his home planet. It's where it's from. There are a couple panels here just opening up that look legit, where Diana cuts him with a Themyscirian knife.
Okay.
He is Kryptonians are 100% vulnerable to magic.
So if that's the case, if the being that's biting him, say, is from a dimension where there's magic is the prevalent source, the prevalent energy,
Yeah.
then I would say, that would be just as easy getting cut by a knife wielded by Diana.
Right.
So that's sort of the caveat here. I mean, if it's on this planet and it's not magical per se, then maybe it would just break when it hit his skin.
Yeah, again, that's why I'm saying the one big obstacle is breaking the skin.
Where Superman is like Red Sun or Yellow Sun, obviously he would be depowered. And
like I said, after that, Superman can get sick.
Yeah.
So therefore, he could become infected.
Sense. Yeah. Yeah. If you can get sick, then you should be susceptible to a change like that.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
I mean, he doesn't normally get sick because the germs can't penetrate that like force field around him.
Here's a good one. Would you rather fight a swarm of gremlins or a swarm of Ewoks?
Gremlins.
Yeah, the
fucking Ewoks are scary, man.
Well, the thing that
they eat people.
They do eat people, and I feel like they're more
intelligent.
They're more intelligent with using weapons. I think that's not to say that gremlins can't use weapons, but I think gremlins would use weapons more in like a crude way, where the Ewoks know exactly what they're doing with these weapons.
Yeah, I mean they're not like gliders and like log traps and shit, man.
I have a question.
What is a gremlin?
No, I know what a gremlin is. I know what an Ewok is.
Okay.
Are we talking about gremlins that have been fed after midnight? Have they progressed past the furry, cute gizmo bit?
The ogre-like gremlins.
Okay.
The lizard ones.
Yeah.
Lizard green shit.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe them.
Yeah. All I can think about now is just like them in the theater watching.
They got the 3D glasses on, the popcorn.
While they're watching Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
They're easy to distract.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw some 40K on you here.
Oh, boy.
Technically, the gremlin swarm can have no end.
They could just keep
multiplying as long as one of them can escape and get to a source of water. So you have a finite amount of Ewoks,
but an infinite amount
but a potentially infinite amount of
gremlins. So they could overload
This
you.
is true, but if they're coming after me, I can lure them to a place where I can control the circumstances.
Right.
They're not covert guerrilla warfare specialists.
Yeah.
The Ewoks fucking are. They track people they track animals, they track people, and again, the most a gremlin's gonna do is maybe make me trip and break my neck, or something like that's gonna happen. Ewoks are gonna fucking eat me. Mm-hmm. Okay? We have comics. We have still canon comics where where there was a group of stormtroopers that were a little far away from the Endor bunker, and the Ewoks started picking them off one by one, and just leaving the scraps of the ones that they ate.
Leave their
all those little helmets that they're drumming on at the end. Okay, those guys were eating.
There's no way around that.
I mean, ideally, I'd rather not fight either.
Well, you're going to have...
Ideally, I'd like to team up with the Ewoks to kill the gremlins.
Oh, that's a good way. Yeah. I mean, either way...
That you can actually possibly take care of all
either way, you're going to need an extreme strategy.
By the way, can we skip the next AVP movie and have Ewoks versus Gremlins?
This is already a better movie.
EVG? EVG!
Yes, this is already an infinitely better movie.
That would have been really cool. I'd see that.
I would, yes. Let's get to work on a treatment.
Here's another somewhat personal one. What movie, TV show, or comic book changed you into the geek you are today? I.e., the one thing that made you talk about this medium 24/7.
It's a
go on.
Batman '89. It's so easy.
Yeah.
From that point on, I started collecting comics. From that point on, I started really going after all kinds of media associated with bats.
Yeah.
So television programs. I watched the Scooby-Doo ones, for God's sake.
Yeah. Right.
So.
Yeah, it'd be a movie for me too, and it'd be Jurassic Park, because I watched movies before that and television shows, and my brothers had comic books, and I was into them, but Jurassic Park is the movie that completely changed me. Mm-hmm. Seeing that in the theaters at only 6 years old, it was the one movie where I was completely enraptured with it, but at the same time, it was the first movie where I was like, how the fuck did they do this? How how could they pull off something
It
like
looks
this?
so real.
Still holds up.
I mean, even today, it looks so good.
Yeah, exactly. It looks better than half the movies that come out today. Yeah. So yeah, that was the one that really changed my perspective. That there's more behind the scenes, and there's so much stuff that goes into creating this stuff that you didn't think about until that point. You know, you see a movie on screen and you just watch it as a movie until you really start to think about, oh shit, somebody had to make this. Like, there's people that created this type of shit. Anything for you?
For the longest time, I was like, well, okay, how far back does my, fangirl fandoms go?
Yeah.
The limit does not exist. But honestly, I remember being a very young child and watching X-Files.
Oh, yeah, X-Files was a big one for me, too.
Yeah, just because it, blew my little puny brain just thinking that there were, other worlds possible.
Just the possibilities that opened
up.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna...
Well, let me just interject for a second.
Yeah.
We're not talking about just an interest, right? We're talking about a real explosion of this type of thing.
Yeah.
Because we've all watched cartoons when we were kids.
Yeah.
Well,
we
right.
enjoy them. But the thing that makes you want to consume
more of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. I just wanted to make sure that was clear.
He was just looking for a fight.
No. No, I just want to make sure that was clear.
Yeah. But, I mean, X-Files easily did that. I mean, just like we just talked about, the possibilities that opened up week to week, too.
Oh, exactly. And also not all of, every storyline being in extraterrestrial, but also just, the common...
Yeah, it really kind of changed the way, especially TV shows in the 90s, how they were kind of approached.
Yes.
Honestly, I've been thinking about it. Boils down to two, actually.
Yeah, because The Thing was another big one for me too.
If we're gonna go,
well, I'm not going movies on either because one kind of launched me into the other.
Yeah.
First and foremost, I am a huge GI Joe fan.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking love GI Joe. To no end. That was my shit as a kid. I had Transformers, I had Ghostbusters, I had Power Rangers. GI fucking Joe. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But it was relatively contained. The thing that really made me start exploring, but I gave it a chance because I was such a G.I. Joe fan, Robotech.
Oh, yeah.
Which was an anime from the mid to late 80s.
Yeah.
It was technically 3 anime that were brought in, combined to one, and aired as Robotech instead of Macross, Southern Cross, and Masopida. It's a lot of fun. Like a lot of fans, I hate the company that owns it, Harmony Gold, because they're kind of assholes.
No, they own the North American distribution rights, stuff like that.
They own the Robotech version.
Yeah, I got you.
But especially the Macross saga, which for the longest time that's all I'd seen. It was so good. I loved it.
Yeah.
They've had 3 amazing video games for it.
Those are really fun. I didn't play all those, but
that really got me. Because of that, I started getting hard into anime stuff, especially stuff like Gundam Wing and Dragon Ball Z. Mm-hmm. But G.I. Joe still, like I say, I have to bring it down to the 2 because I remember Free Comic Book Day 2010, which was about a few weeks before that when somebody mentioned Free Comic Book Day was a thing to me and all that. And I went, oh shit, I can buy comics. Because before then, a punishment for me as a kid, if I was misbehaving or something, is my comics and stuff would get ripped up and thrown out.
Yeah.
And so for a good chunk of my life, from probably about 9 or 10 until literally, 2010, I was 23.
Yeah.
Until I was 23, I didn't really buy comics. I'm now since going back and tracking through these storylines and all that. But I had this epiphany of, wait a minute, I'm a college-age adult male with disposable income, and nobody can tell me what the fuck I can and can't read. Nobody can take my shit away. And so I went and checked out Free Comic Book Day, and I was like, okay, I'd seen some Deadpool stuff online.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I'll check out Deadpool. But what really sealed the deal was Free Comic Book Day 2010, one of the free comics, was G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, issue 155.5.
Wow.
And it was Larry Hama returning to G.I. Joe after, I think it was a 10 to 20 year gap.
Yeah.
Because Real American Hero technically ended on 155. IDW brought it back.
Yeah.
Free Comic Book Day 2010.
Yeah.
And like getting that issue, which I snatched up the second. Oh my God, G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, my favorite version.
That's cool that it kind of just all brought it back around, cyclical.
And I really credit that comic with me getting as far into American comics as I did.
Yeah.
Like, and now, as you guys know, like, I'm huge into it. I love it.
It's a whole new inspiration. You okay?
Yeah, yawn. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Thought you were giving birth through your mouth.
I thought she was gagging because I was getting all sappy.
Guys, I hate to be the person to tell you that's not how birth works.
Well, I don't know. It's weird for everybody.
Oh yeah, that's right. Babies come on, nostril.
I don't judge.
Yeah, you just shoot them out like a pea stuck up there.
Yeah, hey, I saw the Power Rangers movie. I saw the original Power Rangers movie. I saw how Ivan Ooze made those bird creatures.
2 weeks in a row.
All right.
Here's one.
That one got sappy. Why'd you make me get sappy?
Classic Disney or current Pixar?
Ooh.
Internal struggle.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Now, are we talking classic Disney? Disney Renaissance period.
Classic Disney animation. So anything from like Snow
1989 White to 1989 to like 2000.
No, I'm saying like 1945 with like Snow White. Or that was like earlier actually.
That was 39.
39.
Yeah.
So from like 39 up until when was Aladdin? 93?
92 or 93.
I would say that's probably the end of their classic.
Technically,
run.
it was Tarzan. That was the end of the Disney quote-unquote Disney Renaissance.
Yeah, that was the end of the Disney animation.
I sound like a huge nerd, but luckily we're doing a geek podcast.
Well, yeah, no, but
What defines that?
Just that's when they kept having, like, it started with Little Mermaid is really how they started. And from
There's
Little
the
Mermaid
classic period. Then there's the...
Then they had, like, a dark period where they had, like, Secrets of Nim and the Black Cauldron and stuff like that.
And actually one of my favorites, The Great Mouse Detective.
With Vincent Price doing a voice.
Fun fact. But yeah, there's, like, the classic age, the dark age, the Renaissance, the modern age.
Yeah.
It's kind of like with comics, how you have the golden age, the silver age.
I don't include
the dark age.
I don't include anything after 1993 as Aladdin because their storytelling changed entirely.
Was it
in
Lion
the late
King
90s.
94?
It was like I remember seeing Pocahontas in theaters
right around there
because that was like my 7th birthday party.
Yeah. Oh wow, really?
Yep.
I think Lion King might be the only like Disney movie like that I've seen in theaters.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't get to see Aladdin in theaters.
No, I didn't get to see Aladdin. I saw Pocahontas.
nothing
I think I saw Lion. Did I see Lion King? I don't know. I had the blanket on my bed though.
I saw so many of it. Actually, I remember back when the drive-ins were still around in the area.
Yeah.
I want to say it was the Vestal New York drive-in.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's right. Yeah.
I want to say it was the Vestal one. Going with my parents. Yeah, my two sisters, all that. Double feature, 101 Dalmatians, Rocketeer.
Oh, shit.
Wow, that would have been a great one.
Dude, like, and I still remember, like, passing out and then, like, waking back up, like, partway through Rocketeer because I wanted to, like, I'd hear the jetpack go, oh my God, like, wake up. I need to see this.
So
I was a little kid.
Sorry, you just totally sparked a memory that I completely forgot about.
Do share.
I did technically go see Aladdin at a drive-in, quote-unquote. They were doing a special screening of it at the airport.
Oh, here, locally.
Yeah.
I remember when they used to do that.
Yeah, so I did that, and then I went to see Pocahontas in theaters, because I was always really psyched about Pocahontas when I was younger.
That's cool. I forgot they used to do that.
Yeah.
For me...
I repressed that memory completely.
So, for me personally, as much as I absolutely adore and have very, very, very fond memories of older Disney animated stuff... and it holds a very nostalgic ring to it. But I think, comparatively for me, I think the storytelling of what Pixar is doing is a little bit more
above and beyond.
The pathos that Pixar and relatability that Pixar are able to infuse into their stuff that older Disney stuff lacks because it's more of an archetype.
Yes.
It's more of a classic.
It's also like how much further societal wise we've come.
Yeah, especially our storytelling.
Yes, content. And I mean if you compare like The Little Mermaid to Moana,
Right.
There's there's a huge difference.
And there's also the fact that, and this is why I'm siding with Pixar, because, and now granted, everything is based off everything. There's no original idea. Okay, I'll get that out there, but Disney, for the most part, concerned itself with stories that were already in existence.
Yeah, the retelling of
Cinderella,
these things,
the Great Mouse Detective, and
Disney-fication.
Sherlock Holmes. You know, so just Disneyfying already popular myths, fairy tales, book series, whatever, and Disneyfying them for kids.
Yeah.
Whereas Pixar puts more creativity into it.
Yeah, they're trying to be a little bit more wholly original.
Yeah, I mean, now granted, of course, you can sit there and go,
well, this is from this part, and
this is technically King Lear, and this is technically, it's like, okay, I get it.
Yeah,
The Lion King is Macbeth, but you know what, the Lion King is still great. Hamlet, sorry. I always get those two mixed up.
It's okay. I've read one of them, so that's how I know. I know it's not the one that I've read.
I haven't read any
Hamlet.
of that stuff since like high school.
Yeah, well, I read Macbeth in high school. And since I'm talking, I'm gonna just keep going.
Yeah, and I mean, Pocahontas dances with wolves.
Yeah, essentially.
Fuck you, Avatar deniers.
I am going to go against you guys.
Yes.
Just because.
All right, that's Rod's job. Rod's here to be contrarian.
But also, I just love I'm more likely to go back and watch. I mean, I physically went back and purchased a Blu-ray copy of Beauty and the Beast.
That's a good marker of it. Like, what are you more inclined to rewatch over and over again?
And I don't own Up. I don't own Cars.
See Up.
Oh man.
Can we just ask this question real quick? People have asked me for the longest time, oh, Up is so sad. Didn't you cry in the first 5 minutes? No, I didn't.
I did.
Yeah.
That's super sad.
Fuck?
So apparently
you're a fucking stone man.
Apparently you're just a monster. Dude, The Simpsons parodied those first 5 minutes with Itchy and Scratchy, and I felt something for Itchy. No, Scratchy. The cat. I felt something for the cat. I can't remember which one that is. I think that's Scratchy.
I can never remember. I
always
confuse
Scratchy.
them. Yeah.
No, I did not cry at the first 5 minutes of
Fucking
Up.
monster.
Wow, yeah. Stone-hearted.
Because honestly, if they really wanted kids, they could have adopted.
Stone-hearted.
Just saying.
Whoa.
That's not an option for everybody, though. Some people don't want that. That's not really like...
Some people get turned down by the system.
That's like saying, I know you're depressed, but like, don't be.
I also know that there's talking about like what time period this was in. Also,
it's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell. I will give you that adoption, like back in the 60s, it was way more taboo.
Listen, it doesn't take much for the waterworks to come out of me. I cried at 1998's Godzilla when he died on the bridge. So
I also went to theaters to see that.
However, I saw that in theaters. Made fun of it with my parents in theaters.
I just want to say I cried a couple weeks ago when I saw a three-legged dog. So,
dude, any point if you're gonna pit up a person dying in the movies or an animal dying in the movies, yes. I'm gonna cry for the animal every time.
Yes.
Shadow.
Yeah, the human dying, you gotta really work for me to cry at that.
Yeah, that I agree with. I've also heard, and other males have told me this, that I'm a heartless person because I did not cry at the beginning of Up.
So you being a vampire would be perfect because you got no heart. So
I keep telling everybody the room is already cold because of my icy heart. Like, do you guys not listen to me when I talk?
Actually, by the way, the person dying actually reminds with Robotech. That was one of my big things. Was they kill off a couple of the main characters, and like, I seriously, I still remember being 10 years old, sitting in my kitchen because Dad was using the big TV, so I was in the kitchen and I watched spoilers for a show that came out in '85. Roy Fokker dying.
What?
And like, I remember like just sitting there like.
Well, he was like a main component to that.
He was the main character's big brother figure to the point where he even was referred to as the Big Brother.
Wow, yeah.
And like, because they grew up together, like it was this like they grew up in a flying circus together.
Yeah.
And then Roy went off, joined the military. The main character Rick eventually got subsumed when shit
went down.
Yeah, when shit went to hell.
Yeah.
And like the whole way they set that up with because it was a big mission.
Yeah.
Comes back from the mission. It seems normal. He goes for a date with one of the bridge officers, his longtime girlfriend we've been seeing this relationship since literally episode 1.
Yeah.
And Claudia's in the kitchen making her famous pineapple salad. Roy's sitting on the couch strumming his guitar.
Yeah.
And she's talking to him, and then like she walks out holding the pineapple salad and says something, turns around, and he like slumps over and just falls.
Jesus, did he have like a heart attack?
No.
Would
they cut to 2 of the mechanics up, like getting ready, just prepping his plane after the and like one mechanic like gets up, looks in the cockpit, and goes, "You need to see this." And yeah, it was in the book. They actually go into detail of what happened. Shrapnel from one of the battle pods.
Oh shit!
Had shredded through the back of his seat and into him. And again, in the book, they gave way more detail. But like even in the show, there was enough emotional grip. But yeah, the actual thing what they find out in the book is it was shrapnel had shredded through the back of his seat, and he decided it would take too long to go get medical attention because he had to go to see Claudia. And he fucking just like died right there in her living room. Like, and as a 10-year-old kid, like that's really
heavy.
That is very heavy.
Honestly, I cried harder when Roy Fokker died than when Optimus Prime died, and that's saying something. And I saw that one on the big screen. Like, and don't get me wrong, I do love Transformers.
Yeah.
Like,
wow.
But yeah.
Wow.
Woohoo, Michael Bay!
Where did you fall on this?
Yeah.
Pixar, Disney.
I think Pixar.
Yeah.
Just because I think it's again kind of like what we've touched on a little bit. I think it's a level of filmmaking that's a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're trying to do more with their stories,
even with not like just like crushing you, as much as just like understanding the weight of the situation. Like the first like half hour of like Wall-E, he's not saying anything, but you get this huge oppressive feeling from that as he's just sitting there stacking garbage.
I've actually never seen Wall-E.
Really?
Holy shit.
Good. Okay, so I need to see Up, you need to see Wall-E. We need a Pixar marathon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
this is the problem. Their movies are like $40.
Stop that. I do really, thinking about it now, going by, what is your basis? Like, what are you more likely to watch again and again? I did go to the theater to see Moana. Moana was amazing. I will stand by Moana.
I still have to watch
that.
Netflix.
Moana is one that I will buy.
Yeah.
So I will.
And not just because Lin.
That was a large contributing
that
factor.
There. Yeah, Lin-Manuel.
He did all the music for it.
Music.
And it shows.
See, that's the thing. It's like my kids love Disney stuff, but they don't like the new Disney stuff.
Right.
Because it seems like for them anyway, it's more about like selling the song than just crafting a story around it.
That I will give
also, I'll say
I could see that.
Pixar also seems to have a grasp of who's watching. Like, Disney, you'll get a couple jokes in there for, like, the parents, or a couple things to, like, really get the parents, but...
They're definitely a little broader in their net.
But, yeah, like, whereas Pixar has, like, yes, we are a kids' movie. Here's stuff that's going to go way over your kid's head. And I'm not just talking like a hidden raunchy joke or something, like the hooker in Toy Story.
Right, but just
content that like the parents are going to be able to sit there and go, wow, I haven't thought of something this way. While the kid's going, oh my god, look at the toys right. And like that grasp of their audience, I think has led to a lot of their success. I mean, hell, Toy Story 3. I went and saw every single Toy Story in theaters. I fucking grew up with Andy.
Yeah.
You know what?
Like,
that movie was hard, and it wasn't even the part that you'd think, where they're like holding hands about to incinerate.
I almost cried in the theater, and he gives them away, and it's like on the one hand,
hit me.
I'm sad to see Andy partying with like the greatest friends he never realized he had, like fully realized he had. But at the same time, I'm so happy seeing this. Kid playing, knowing that like these toys,
they're going to be okay.
These computer-generated models of fucking toys are going to have such happy lives. Yeah. I mean, like, they really get you.
Yeah, they operate on such a human level that Disney the older Disney stuff almost feels inauthentic because of it.
Yeah,
almost.
I am going to say something that no one is going to agree with me on.
Please do. That was
gay.
Yeah.
I did not like Toy Story 3.
Not at all?
Let me set the scene for you.
Yeah.
I went to the drive-in in Elmira to go see Toy Story 3. It was a double feature. The first movie was
Saving Private Ryan.
Despicable Me,
Oh, so already you're like, wow, that was really good.
Yes. And then they showed Toy Story 3. However, I had made these plans previously. A friend of mine had said, when you see Toy Story 3, you're going to pick up on a lot of Holocaust references. So that was all I was watching.
That's all you're watching it for.
Yeah, that was all I was looking for.
Yeah.
So your friend ruined it. It's not that the movie was bad. Your friend ruined it.
My friend ruined Toy Story 3 for me, and now I don't like it.
We could still be friends.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that's all it takes, though. It really does only take one kind of like either one comment or a bad projection of a movie to make the movie itself seem worse.
But
than
it was
is.
like once
enjoy it.
It was like once she said that to me, I was picking out like, oh yeah, so and so
there's
looks like
that.
this, so and so looks like this, they're acting like this. Oh, the incinerator is a metaphor.
That's hard. That's hard to get into a movie at that point.
Yeah.
I would suggest you rewatch it at some point and try to like ignore that
I'm
part.
hoping to buy a 3-pack
Yes.
soon because I don't actually own any of these.
I don't own any of them either.
I
own a Bug's Life. That's it.
I think my parents still have 1 and 2 on. We have like all the old Disney and Pixar stuff on VHS.
Yeah.
We have the like Black Diamond Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah, man, Black Diamond series. Yeah.
I still have my the VHS Disney still in my house.
I got a couple of VHS
Yes.
Disneys. Yeah.
Okay, I'll shut
Please,
up.
no, go.
I just also want to say that I agree, or that I am with Team Disney, is what I'm going to say, but also because my first Broadway show was
Lion King?
Disney's Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, wow. I never
Remember
saw
Lizzie
that.
McGuire?
Was she in there?
No.
I'm confused.
No, but she
Did she go to that in the show?
that was Disney, right? Not Nickelodeon.
Yeah, no, Lizzie
No,
McGuire
that
was
was
Disney.
Disney.
Okay, there we go. That's all I'm saying. She's Team Lizzie McGuire. No, she's Team Lizzie Mguire.
Yes, I'll take it because Lizzie McGuire was great. It was a great show.
Was it?
Jumping off of that animation question, subtitled or dubbed? I personally, I know this one causes fights in my household sometimes.
Ooh, okay.
Me personally,
I'm gonna go last.
I don't mind dubs, but it has to be very well done for me to like it. The Gundam Wing American dub, it's good. Death Note American dub, not bad. Voltron,
the original.
Yeah, no, Voltron, DBZ, Ronin Warriors. These had awful. The American dub of like Paprika and Akira and Mind Game are so bad.
I don't mind Dragon Ball Z.
I like the people that did from the very first episode till Goku turned Super Saiyan and defeats Frieza. There was one group called Sunrise, and then Funimation took them over in the back half.
Yeah.
I really liked Sunrise. I like some things of Funimation, like I like Goku's voice. I don't really like Vegeta's voice for the Funimation one.
But
that's why I usually prefer subtitles, just because I feel like it's more authentic. I get a little bit more of an understanding of the originator's intentions with what they're showing. But I understand that subtitles also kind of pull your focus from the animation.
Can I just ask? Are we talking specifically about animes, or are we talking about like animate? Like I'm thinking of Miyazaki movies as well.
Yeah, no, anime shows or movie, anything that was in a different language that you could watch either in that original language subtitle or American dub.
So fuck, it could be Goodbye Lenin or
Rumble
Run.
Pan's Labyrinth is another.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be animation either.
Okay.
Pan's Labyrinth is a perfect one.
Yeah.
But I think I gotta agree on. Generally, unless it's a really good one like Noir, I love Noir's dub. They did a great job on that.
Psychopaths, that was a great American dub.
But then you have ones where, like, I finally, for the first time when I was giving Agent Amy the show, I finally listened to the English dub of Romeo x Juliet. Holy shit! Anyway,
That's the thing. Some of the American dubs are like better just because they're bonkers.
No,
They're bad
like this was
like it just doesn't make sense.
It was so bad. But and here's my caveat here. A lot of times, and this is why I haven't watched much anime lately, is because it's either harder to find a decent dub or even a dub at all with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I've gotten so used to having TV shows as background noise.
Yes.
As like
Yes.
I am watching this, but I'm also playing Left 4 Dead, or in college I was doing homework.
If it's subbed, you have to watch it and read it.
Yeah, you have to be in it.
It is 100% your focus.
Phone away.
You are not painting models. You are not playing Fire Emblem.
You're not multitasking at all.
You're like petting the cat at best.
Yeah, right. Your eyes have to be.
If you know what I mean.
Oh God.
No.
Grabbing him by the pussy.
I have a cat.
They let you do that when
his
you're a
name is
star.
Greg, and he's a little fucking asshole. Who cuts up my arm because he's playing.
Now, I will say I've watched some things subtitled that had bad translations. And that ruins the experience for me too. Thankfully, I mean, I wouldn't pick up on my girlfriend who speaks like 3 different languages. She'll pick up on that stuff, and it's like, man, that'll ruin an experience right there when you have bad translations.
I want to pass things off to Rob before I start.
Okay, well, I don't know. I guess it depends on what I'm watching. I never usually seek a dub copy of anything. But in terms of like what you guys are talking about, watching like Saturday morning cartoons, Dragon Ball, and shit like that.
Cardcaptor Sakura.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of stuff, I think, part of the experience is almost because it's a poor dub.
Part of the charm of that.
Yeah, but if I'm going to watch a movie like a Pan's Labyrinth or something like that, I just go immediately for subtitles.
Did you ever see Paprika?
No.
It's really good. Basically, it's Inception, but Japanese.
Oh.
So these cops, there's a device that lets you enter people's dreams and manipulate them. They're not using it for corporate espionage, which was what Inception was about. But this guy took it to like try and like kill political leaders. And there's a couple of cops that have to like retrieve the device back from him. It's really good. I have it on Blu-ray. I'll have to bring it in for you. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's really good.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
But by the way, while we're on the sub dub, like just fun sub dub facts. Sailor Moon was the first TV the first anime to get its North American license revoked by the original creators. Also, again, for those who don't know, Neptune and Pluto, I want to say it was. Well, no. No, it was Saturn and Pluto.
Yeah.
I want to say it was, or Uranus.
It was Uranus Pluto, because they were sisters.
No. Okay.
Were they cousins?
Okay. In the English dub, they became cousins.
Yeah.
In order to explain how close they were, because in the original Japanese, they're lesbians.
Yeah.
And so, fun fact, guys, you didn't remove a lesbian situation; you just made it incestuous.
Way weirder. Yeah.
Yes.
Good job.
Because
guys.
they didn't remove the flirting.
Yeah, and it's heavy.
But now, on the opposite, Samurai Pizza Cats, when Saban Entertainment, because, Saban is always known for great dubs, but this one was, okay, when Saban Entertainment got Samurai Pizza Cats, for some reason, they got no script notes, no nothing, they just had the raw video, and I guess fucking nobody there spoke Japanese. I don't know why. So they just 100% took the video and just made up the entire series from the videos. I don't even remember what was originally supposed to be called, but like it was this like quirky, robot animal, like middle of the road, like kid drama.
Yeah.
And then Saban got a hold of it. It was like Samurai Pizza Cats, boom, done. Which, if you haven't watched it, look it up on YouTube. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
The original creators saw this and told Saban that they love it more than their original version. So both sides of the spectrum here.
Yeah, seriously. What do you got, Agent?
I'm really mad because I had the perfect transition of going, speaking of gay animes.
Oh, God.
Wait. I could still set you up for that. Okay, one last one. Cardcaptor Sakura to Cardcaptors for the English. They decided Madison, because this was back when they were changing all the Japanese names, Tomio to Madison. Tomio is blatantly in love with Sakura and is like filming all of her adventures and all that because she loves Sakura. No, for the English version, it's she's doing her 4th grade class project, and it's filming a day in the life of a fourth grade schoolgirl. Yes, that's totally what it was.
Yeah,
it's not because
that
Tomio is borderline stalker for Sakura. So speaking of gay anime,
Told
you I got one.
Thank you for that setup.
Never
I
doubt my gay anime setups.
That's what she said because I was asking for it.
What do you got?
Took out noir.
Well, being that I've only really watched one anime, and of course it is
Yaoi on Ice.
or Yuri on Ice, which is hella.
Not enough girls to be Yuri on Ice. It's
No,
Yaoi on Ice.
it is, yes.
It is gay sex on ice.
Well, pretty much.
It's like super homoerotic.
It is
right?
super homoerotic.
What's
Super.
that swimming one everyone was obsessed with?
Oh, I know. Well, Free, I think. I know what one you're talking about. They're in the list to watch. I'll get there eventually. Anyways. Yes. I have been... my friend JP is one of my... Besides you guys, the only other friend of mine that has, a plethora of animes under his belt. He had watched Yuri on Ice, was asking my opinions about it, and he asked me, did I originally watch it dubbed or subbed?
Yeah.
Originally, I had watched it subbed.
Okay.
So, because it was harder, again, for me to multitask and watch the show at the same time. I also remember watching this over Easter weekend, which was if you're going to watch gay shit, have it be over a religious holiday.
It sounds like it's a perfect holiday viewing.
It was. So I just want to talk about one character. His name is Chris. He is super, super, king of the gays, gay, and he's Swiss on top of everything else. But he's literally talking about how he's, at one point, he's going to come on the ice because he's just so... I'm not joking! But, so and I double-checked this because I did go back and watch the subbed version. That it was the same thing, however, it made it extra funny in the English version because Chris's voice was just dripping with homoerotic tone. Yes. Wow. As opposed to the Japanese version, which was just just more, much deeper voice and much more masculine. So
Yeah.
If I have an option, I'm probably going to go dubbed.
Go dubbed, yeah.
Oh, and
But-
sorry, you actually reminded me one real quick. Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040.
Oh, wow, I forgot about Bubblegum Crisis.
I bought on VHS. It was $4 a VHS, 2 episodes on them, at a store that used to be around here called Made in Japan.
Yeah,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. I didn't pay attention to what I was grabbing, so I have random ones are subbed and random ones are dubbed.
Yeah.
So I watched
you kind of waver back and forth.
it varies.
That's got to be so weird.
It's like, here's 2 episodes dubbed, 2 more episodes dubbed, 10 episodes subbed.
Yeah.
And 2 more episodes dubbed.
I did that with my rewatch of Gundam Wing because I saw that Gundam Wing was on Hulu and I started watching it. I was like, oh, they only have the dubbed. Well, that's okay. So I started watching it in dubbed, and episode 6 was subtitled. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Why did they just have one episode subtitle? And then the next episode was back to dub, and then 2 more episodes later, what was happening was they do have it subtitled, but it's under 2 different subgroups.
Oh,
it's not
yeah.
because usually it has episode 1 dubbed, episode 1
They
subbed.
did this with Sailor Moon Crystal,
Episode 2 dubbed, episode 2 subbed. But it had under 2 different groups. So it was following the path of one, and then it would go...
And randomly
it would recommend...
Yeah.
the subtitled version and start playing that episode next as an auto cue. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
You're just like,
Wow,
how
that's
did
weird.
Relina Peacecraft get even worse of a character?
It was so bizarre.
You're just watching it, and all of a sudden, I really understand Japanese all of a sudden.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I'm hearing it like it's English. This is
This
great.
is insane.
Like Battlefish.
I've just absorbed an entire language.
It was awesome.
But we were talking about Pan's Labyrinth and things. I just wanted to real quick.
Yeah, no, well, that's a good way to end it.
live action films. I will watch subtitled.
Subtitled, yeah.
It fucking drives me crazy to watch the desynced lips with a dub
Yeah.
on live
Yeah.
action.
Yeah.
Especially for something that's super heady like Pan's Labyrinth. You know,
Yeah.
it's not something that's supposed to be cheesy fun watching an old kung fu movie, it's one thing.
Yeah.
When you're trying to engage authentically with a movie.
There's a German movie I bought called Goodbye Lenin, and it's about a family living during the fall of the Berlin Wall.
Oh, I've heard of this.
And it's really good, but trying to watch that or the Initial D movie. I have to watch the Initial D movie in its original Cantonese just because. All right, first off, the dubbed voices are fucking shit.
They're so shit.
Oh my god, it is so bad.
And Initial D is so good.
But that live action movie is amazing. Seriously, if you like Fast and the Furious, watch this movie. It is so good.
When I tell people that
you're like old Fast and the Furious.
Well, this is the thing. When people are like, I've never seen a Fast and the Furious movie, but I want to watch all of them. I'm like, this is what you do. You watch all of them, except when you get to the third one, instead of watching Tokyo Drift, just watch the Initial D movie.
Yeah.
It's not going to make sense character-wise, but it fits. Don't worry.
Yep.
And it fits about as much. It has about as much canon impact as the third movie.
Yeah, that's a valid point.
And it's just a way better movie, storytelling, everything.
By the time you get to the fifth Fast and Furious, none of it matters anyway. So.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for joining us for this edition of Geek Yogurt Podcast. We will be doing this again because I've got a ton of more questions that we could.
This is fun. I like this.
Well, I feel like these kind of wacky debates are nice because they're timeless and they're fun and they get you thinking in fun ways too.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can have some more people next time too. The more the merrier.
Yeah.
So any final thoughts that you guys had? Anything you wanted to shout out to?
Cobra!
I think I'm probably pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun little round table.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to Nerd Podcast Mafia
And the
Podern
Family hashtag on Twitter, and hopefully we'll have another show for you guys out next week. And
shout out to Gary Busey for just being you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yes.
Busey. Those big, beautiful teeth of yours.
Keep on Busey.
And wear a helmet, people.
Yes, if we've learned anything from Gary Busey is for the love of God, wear a helmet.
Wear a helmet.
Fucking love Gary Busey, man.
He's on another planet.